Well, we're still at Willowbank, and it's a beautiful weekend as well. We've got some great big cables, we've got some great big lugs. Time to fit this inverter. It's arrived, and oh my, it's big, it's heavy, it's huge. I'll show you. So after phoning the great people at 12 Volt Planet, who just know what they're talking about, we had a couple of conversations about upgrading our inverter because we just wanted to. It's time, we've saved some money, alright, we've spent out on breakdowns, but the van also needed a little bit of maintenance, a little bit of upgrades, things like that. So we said, what would you recommend? They told them what we use, blah 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 blah. We decided to go with the Victron Phoenix inverter. It's bigger than what I thought it was going to be. That's it there. It's not light, no, but there's a reason it's not light, and I'll show you. Now this inverter has a lot more power than our old inverter. It will do up to, I think it's a 6,000 VA surcharge. Now why do we keep talking about VA? Well, VA is what, if you're looking online for Victron inverters, they will say 1000 VA, 2000 VA, 3000 VA, and it means volts amp. Now we've kind of realised that the VA, the volts amp, is not watts as you would expect. So if you want a 3000 watt inverter, you would automatically think the Victron Smart 12 volts 3000 VA would be a 3000 watt inverter. It's not. It basically works out at what we think, and do your own research, but 2000 VAs works out at about 1600 watts. So work it off that. But still big, still powerful, still more than adequate than what we need. But I'll show you the inside, and I'll show you why it's so heavy. Some of you are going to be saying, Neil, what? Why are you taking it apart? Left the screw in. Why are you taking it apart, Neil? Well, I do need to get to 2 points in the very top on the inside to plug it in. But anyway, let me get this off and I'll show you. Right, so that is the inside of the inverter. And that is the reason it's got so much weight. I'm going to explain this in a non-technical way. So basically, Victron use low frequency to make the electricity, which comes with a price. This great big power bank here. It also means that equipment that needs a higher boost of power to start off, this gives it a better source of electricity. Now, cheaper inverters, they don't do it this way, they do it electronically, which is why they're a lot lighter. But this is a much better way. It's cleaner electricity, it's better electricity, it's just a better way of doing it. But again, comes with a price of weight, and it comes with a price of size. Our old inverter was probably half the size of this one, but there you go, that's it. It's about as technical as I'm going to get, because I kind of don't understand it, but I do. It makes sense to me, I just don't know the right words to use to give it to you, but that's why they're that heavy. So inside I do have that mounting point right there, that mounting point right there, one right there, and one right there. Now it does come with this big back plate as well, which on the back of it there you'll see this hanger here, and then that will literally just slide into there. But I'm pretty sure this is not for fixing it to the vehicle, it's just to hold it while you screw it on. Kind of a little bit of safety, because this ain't the type of thing that you're going to hold up with one hand and screw with another. Oh no! So first job we've got to do is we've got to mount this in there. That's where it's going. I have made a bit more space either side so we can mount it in there. I've checked, there's nothing behind it that is going to get interrupted with any of the screws or bolts. We might have to move this just a little bit to this way but I don't know. We'll see. Let's get it mounted, and then we can go from there. You having fun there?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I am shrink wrapping this 75mm cable.
You like doing that, don't you?
I do. It's quite therapeutic.
Well, it's a couple of days have gone by here, and we're back at it. It was Emma's birthday, and we didn't do nothing. So, right, what have we been doing? Well, we have all the cables made up, changing all the cables from the battery. I will show you now. All the battery cables have been changed. We have got the actual unit mounted on the wall there, which was no fun, I can tell you that much, trying to lump that in there. The boot looks like an absolute war zone. Look at it. Another reason why we didn't do it over the weekend was because there was the campsite was quite busy. Let's face it, you don't want all this going on, do you? So it's now gone quiet again because it's Monday. We've got one caravan down there, and we've got a couple of vans over there, but yeah, it's quieting down now. And I'm not long to be finished, if I'm honest, so I'm going to get the cables in, get the earth connected up, then I can sort of put the van back together again, and then we can get to wiring up the inverter.
Right, we've got a little tiny problem. Just had a shower, just washed my hair, want to get my hair dry, but someone's still doing electrical works, and I forgot that there's more than likely no electric going into the van. So, just do not want to be on camera right now, but excuse me. Hello. Got no 240.
Well, that's because I'm in here.
I know.
Don't want to get blown up, do I?
Yeah, but turban head.
There you go.
Thank
That's
you.
what we have it for.
I thought you might have had that plugged in.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
You want to use it?
I'm going to use it.
I suppose that's why we have a Jackery. Right. Oh. Ideal part for a sponsor.
So thankfully we've got the Jackery. Now what's so special about this? This is the Jackery Explorer 2000 version 2. Now inside here you've got a 2200 watt inverter, and it's got a surge peak of 4400 watts. Now what on earth are you going to be running off that? I don't know. I mean, my hairdryer is only 1800, and I think that's the most powerful thing in the van. So I'm going to get my hair dried, but I'm also going to make Neil a cup of tea because otherwise he'll start whinging. And I'm going to charge my phone up as well, so let's see how much power that's going to pull off. So I've got my kettle, hairdryer. And we are only pulling off 1,900. Right, so I've dried my hair, which took about 15 minutes. Boiled the kettle. I'm just making his lordship a cup of tea. And I've also got my straighteners on. I'm ready to go because I just want to straighten over my hair. And we've gone down to 82% on the Jackery. Now, used about 15%. Not bad considering the power that was going out on my hairdryer. And I know we've been doing loads of upgrades to the van, but if you're someone who doesn't really understand electrics, doesn't want to do all those type of upgrades, the Jackery here is a perfect option for having 240 in your van without having to do all the silly mad things that we're doing. And it's not just for 240, it also has USB chargers here. You've got your cigarette port, as I call it because I'm old. It's got a little light on it here that you can use in the dark if you need to. And another good thing about the new design of the Jackery, you can put stuff on top of it because the handle, it folds down. It didn't used to, but it does now. Right, so I'm going to straighten my hair, but you don't need to see that because that's boring. But I've got them plugged into the Jackery as well as my phone. It's got more than ample power to charge appliances like this and these are decent ones, not crappy ones now, and have other things plugged into it. So it's game changing. Again, you just can't beat it. And another good bonus is, for the amount of power you're getting, it's not that heavy. Even I can lift it. So don't forget, if you want to know more about the Jackery Explorer 2000 version 2, links are in the description below.
Right, so finally getting somewhere. Got all the 240 cables coming out of the inverter, all wired in. And now just going to put all the face covers back on it and make it look pretty. Well, there we go. They're all in. Got ferrets on them as well. Yeah, so it's all safe. I do love putting a ferret on things. All back in. Now, the ironic thing, we can't even test it yet because we're waiting for a T-fuse. There seems to be a shortage of T-fuses. So we're going to have to wait now until the T-fuse arrives, and then we can give it all a proper test. Fingers crossed it's all working. Should be. Been through everything twice. Right, one thing I meant to show you, which I forgot to show you, was this. So in the very bottom of the unit you do have an external earth there. That one will go to earth, and then just there, that is the switch, the remote, so you don't have to come in the booth and just keep pressing this on and off, on and off. That will go through into the cab. So that is all pretty much all in now. Cables all in, earth's all in, all done, all tidy. Just got to put the faceplate on and then mount the off switch just there for the batteries, and then that's all done. A bit of a hoover, and yeah, all back to normal. Also, another thing I didn't show you as well is I had to move the compressor because there wasn't enough room for the compressor where it was mounted with the inverter. There was no room at all, so I had a bit of a genius idea. The compressor did come out of this little hole here, which I decided to put two USBs. Why? Well, one, it covers the hole. Two, I had spare USBs. And three, why not? Right, where's the compressor? It got mounted there. I mounted the compressor up there, sticking out the front just there. That is perfect. It just makes sense to put it there because we do need the compressor. We do use a compressor. We use it for the air suspension, we use it for tyres and things like that. So, you know, up above just seems to make more sense. It's out the way. It was in the way when it was down at the bottom down there. It was kind of always in the way. Gives us a bit more room on the floor, and let's face it, there's no weight in it. There's your switch.
Thanks.
You'll need that.
Oh, you want me to pull a cable through?
So, the switch is going to go in there.
Yeah.
So, take these four off, take this panel off, and then behind there, there's a little hole that goes all the way down there. Well, you've got a problem first. You got to take that drawer out so you can get under there and into the hole.
I'm going to make life easier and I'm going to empty the pan drawer out, and then that way it's not as heavy to move. If I get everything out of it, oh, see, things get stuck. If I get everything out of it first, and then I can reorganise it when it goes back in, job will be a good one then, won't it? Look, I've emptied it for you and everything.
Thanks.
Aren't I nice?
What are you doing?
Get 'em, kids. Get him! Lick his face off!
I don't need this. I don't need this.
Yes, you do. You need it every single day, all day.
I don't need it. Right, I am shining a light in the hole. Hey, hey, there she goes.
Right, can you pull while I guide this side?
Yeah, I've got it.
Hold on, don't pull until I tell you there's stuff in the way.
So it should come out somewhere down there. Emma can feed it down and I'll look for the pipe.
Right, we're having a bit of a role reversal. Neil's going to thread it and I'm going to get down on the floor and try and fish it out because it's in a bit of a weird position.
We've had to use some paracord with a couple of screwdriver bits on, and we've got to go through that hole up there, in that hole there, then it's got to go all the way down to the very bottom. We have done it
Down there.
We have done it once before, and to be honest with you, it was relatively easy. Right, it's in the hole.
Right, wow. We have success. With a little bit of jiggling and wiggling. Yes?
Oh yeah.
And it didn't take 17 hours either.
No, it didn't. We've actually got... It worked.
So, there it is. There's the offending article.
So we just need to get that off, and we can get our cable on it. We'll find the end. We'll tape that to that, and then we'll slowly pull it up.
Yay!
Roll reversal again.
Yeah.
Emma's going to guide it, and I'm going to pull it through.
The actual cable is now in the hole.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So as I'm pulling it, you feed it into the hole.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know it's serious business when the tweezers come out.
I can see the tape.
Is it the tape? Oh yeah. Hey! A little bit of persuasion.
Right, what's the next bit?
So we need to get the controller on the panel.
Now the fun bit. I'm going to go and put the 400 amp T fuse onto the inverter. I'm going to turn all the lecky off first, then we can test that and see if everything comes back on. Bang! Right, that is on.
Got a little blue light.
And no bangs.
Well, you just did go bang.
Right, let's go. I'll go in the back. You can turn it on and off, and we'll see what we've got going on here. Right, turn it off. And on. Wunderbar. Right, looks like we got some updates going on. Yeah, blue flashy, green flashy. Wait for that to do. So that is it, all in, all done. T fuse is on there, 400 amp. Run to the inverter, changed all the cables, pulled it all through. Also changed the consumer unit as well, and it's quite funny because so many people in our last video said, oh, you were wrong, you took out a metal consumer unit and you fitted a plastic one, and you were wrong. The old one was single pole, this one is double pole. This one is designed and sold for caravans and motorhomes. It's also double pole, like I've just said. How can we be wrong? But yeah, all these time served electricians that keep telling me that what we're doing is wrong and it shouldn't be that. I don't get it. I don't get it. How can a single pole metal consumer unit be better than a double pole plastic one? Someone even said, well, it stops the fire. If there's a fire, it will contain the fire. Bull. How is a metal one going to stop it? So that's kind of like saying, if your whole van was to go on fire, the only thing you'd be left with is a perfectly working consumer unit because it was made out of metal. Honestly, half of these people that comment and swear sometimes they haven't even built a van. Van electrics and home electrics, there's a bit of a difference. I was also told as well that I shouldn't be doing it because I'm not qualified. To do your van, your own van, you have to be competent. That's all you got to be. You know, someone told me that you can't be competent if you're not qualified. You can't win. You honestly can't win. But that inverter is working fine. Right, boiling the kettle. Just testing. I like this, that it tells you exactly how many amps you're pulling off. Anytime now. There we go, look at that, straight away, boom. That's what we like to see. Job done.
Well done.
And we used a plastic consumer unit.
Yes, we did.
Why did we use one?
Because we were advised to by
And
someone
what-
with more knowledge than us, and that one's double poled instead of single poled.
And what did he design for, that specific one we fitted?
Campervans and caravans.
So a massive shout out to the people at 12 Volt Planet, because they guide us in the right direction, didn't they?
Every time.
Every step of the way, whatever we needed, we got in touch with them. We said we want to upgrade the inverter, and they told us exactly what cables we needed, what plugs we needed for cable ends that go to the battery, everything, even the fuse. And weirdly enough, a T fuse.
Yes.
Who'd have thunk it? Someone should do a video on them T fuses.
Do you think? They are quite safe, aren't they?
Very.
Help keep your wires
They
safe.
are. So, what's next for us?
Europe?
Well, before that, we've got to get the brake lines done.
Oh, yeah.
Because a couple of people, Sam mentioned when we were doing the underneath bits that a couple of our brake lines were a bit rusty, and then when we were in with Sean from Scallon's Autos and we were doing the prop shaft bearing, he said, I wouldn't go into Europe with your brake lines like that.
Not what you want to hear, but good that we heard it before we do head into Europe, because that means we can get it sorted.
Yes, and it does mean that we're going back to Scallon's next week.
Suppose I'll be cooking tea then.
Sounds good.
Yeah?
Be interesting to see how they do this. I kind of get how they do because we watch Matt Armstrong. Yeah, so
Who's doing it, Sean or Jordan?
I think both of them will be doing it. Don't know. We'll see.
We're not doing it.
No, we're not doing it.
For a change. I'll cook them tea. How's that?
Oh, also a message for Dan from the Travel Trolls. He's been doing something to his van, and he's never heard of Mansory glue.
Shocking behaviour.
Right, we're going. Catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Whatever you do.
Do it well!
Oh!
Or to the best of your ability.
No, just do it well. If you don't do it well, then bother.